Welcome to Scented Palette. Many people have asked me for a sponge cake which will turn out fine every time without fail. I describe these cakes as ultimate fluff. Also, since I make decorated cakes off and on, which I will be sharing with you, so I thought it's better if I shared the basic sponge with you in a separate video. I make this cake with two methods, but the ingredients remain the same, which are being played in front of you. This recipe yields a soft, fluffy, multi-purpose sponge cake which can be served along with tea to your guests. These ingredients are good for 8-inch cake tin, and if you reduce them by half, they will fit a 6-inch cake tin. This is my one bowl wonder, the no mess sponge cake revolution. I use this method when I make a cake late at night. It is a no mess one bowl method which doesn't require you to wash your utensils at that time of the night. First, crack 2 eggs in a bowl. Add sugar, add oil, milk. Now blend them with an egg beater for about 5 minutes. Don't try to dissolve all the sugar, otherwise the mixture will become too sticky and thick. Time to add the remaining ingredients. Add white flour, these days I like using vanilla powder instead of the liquid form. Half teaspoon of vanilla powder. Add 2 teaspoons if you are using liquid vanilla. Baking powder. Important tip: the amount of baking powder will remain the same if you need to use 2.5 cups of white flour. Mix it a little before turning on your beater to prevent the flour from scattering everywhere. Important tip: do not overmix it. Don't make it too sticky and thick, otherwise the sponge will not absorb any kind of syrup, especially if you are making fresh cream cakes. Also, if the batter is too sticky, the cake will come out heavy and dense, which will harden and dry up very quickly in the fridge. Mix it till there are no lumps left. I call this my speedy sponge, the fastest cake you'll ever bake. White flour, baking powder, powdered vanilla will go at this time. Liquid essence will be added when you add your liquid mixture. This time I'm going to blend the liquids in a blender. Eggs, sugar. Lessons learned: do not add any hot liquid right off the stove into your blender, or it will cloud up the clarity of your blender like you see in mine. Oil, milk. Now blend until the sugar is dissolved. It will hardly take about a minute or two. Add the liquid in your dry ingredients. Now this method soils a few utensils, but I use this method when I'm pressed for time. This method takes just about 10 minutes, including lining your tin. It is at this time that we add colors if we want to, otherwise we are done. I've already lined my 8-inch cake tin. If you want to prevent bubbles, then pour the batter like me. However, air bubbles will form if you keep the batter lying around for a few minutes because the leavening properties of baking powder start working immediately. Bake at 280 degrees till the skewers or your knife comes out clean. Important tip: do not raise the temperature above 280 degrees if you want a flat top. See how flat and even it is? And even by the looks of it, you can see that it is light, fluffy, and moist.